then do we use me or I as a subject?
I.
What is me? Is me a subject pronoun or object pronoun?
Object pronoun.
Aha! That's right. That's why you say, something doesn't feel right. Because me is not a subject. Me is object pronoun. So we cannot use object pronoun before the main verb. Actually, I was born in Laos and grew up in a refugee camp in Thailand. And so this is my 13th years working with the college, and I enjoy what I do. I came to America when I was about 16 years old. I didn't know any words of English, and it was a major struggle to learn English. And now understanding some of the major challenges for someone to overcome their so many barriers, so many challenges in order to acquire English. And I just have a very strong passion to work with immigrants and refugees. Many of them, they have a lot of emotional, psychological issues, because many of these students, they had to overcome so many hardships in their life. Many of them, one of my students, he was imprisoned in Burma for 6 years. And some of them spent years and years in a refugee camp, and coming to a land of opportunity and high tech like this, there's a lot of fears. There's a lot of fears, there's a lot of uncertainty, and they themselves have so many obstacles that they have to overcome, like family, if they have kids, trying to meet the needs of their kids and trying to financially provide for the family. We're talking about people who come from a country where education never exists for them. It's a major educational shock, besides culture shock. So the students that I work with, they have so many layers of issues that they have to overcome on a daily basis.
I have a level 3 class, and they are a wonderful mix of students from almost every continent except Australia and Antarctica.
We have the native speaking for practicing typing, or we have something where you practice different activities like shopping or...
I think it's each student has their own challenges. Like one of my students is very high in reading and listening, but he didn't have the grammar instruction, so he's now getting it. And one of my students is very high orally, but she didn't learn how to read and write in her own country, so she's working as hard as she can learning to read and write.
My name is Naranthol. I'm from Mongolia. Grammar is very confusing, I think, and sometimes understanding is very hard. Yes, I want to go into study college, continue. In my country, I graduated University of Medical Science, and then I continue my profession.
My name's Sami. I'm from Iraq. I live here in Seattle, in Kent. And then I study in Kent, Green River Community College for ESL. I'm in level 5 now.
Okay.
Probably I would like to work with the medical field, to be a nurse or so.
You could be sitting at the table with people with different idioms. So you have to find someone with your idiom to put in here, which means you might have to move to another table. And we're kind of trying to do some organic writing. And this is basically using idioms as a kind of prompt. And in this newspaper there are 4 idioms, and we usually do one together. to let them get a feel for what I want, and then I split the class into 3 groups, and there's 8 in each group, and they all do a different idiom. And as you can see right now, they end up all doing each other's idioms in a way because they're sharing all the information at the end. So it's one of my, I enjoy this writing experience because it's something they can take away and use. And the funny thing is, quite often as the weeks progress, they start using these idioms in all kinds of ways, like, teacher, you're jumping the gun, or whatever. I enjoy working with all age groups, actually. And some of the classes, if you notice in the room, there's some older students in there. And I think their experience lends a great breadth of knowledge in the room. Not only do they come from different countries and they have this huge, wide, diverse experience over religion and culture, but they also have this huge expanse of age and the experience of age in the classroom. And I think it's wonderful, and I enjoy it very much.
Very nice.
I teach adult basic education and GED preparation. I've been doing this for my 24th year this year. I work with mainly youth at risk from 16 to 21 and above. They work individually on GED assignments. We have a high number of GED graduates, are up to 29 for this semester, and they're progressing quite well. Sometimes it's challenging. I have a lot of youth that are referred by the juvenile justice system. Many times they'll be leaving for probation violations, and they'll be back. I have to report to probation officers for attendance and progress.
Never set foot in a high school. I got in a lot of trouble, and I needed to acquire my GED in order to get into the Army.
I want to work with children, either like daycare or teacher, or help kids with like special needs.
Other students are a bit older, and they're here because they've never received their GED, and they've decided that it's time, and they require it now for a job.
I like it here because I'm funny. I never had got to graduate from high school, so I'm redoing it. Doing my high school thing and get a career so I can, be able to work.
I really enjoy it, and I have an interest in one of the classes at Brent Tech Community College itself for asbestos. That's what I'm certified in right now, so I'm trying to get my GED so I can get into that program right now.
I love my job because I don't have any children, and these are my children. I love these teenagers. They're sometimes difficult, but yet I was probably difficult too, and I can relate to them. I just want to tell you that you are one of the only students that I've had taking the math GED test and scoring a perfect score. Wow. That is fabulous. So that's why I want you to tutor and help all these people.
Okay.
Sound good?
Sweetheart.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm Jenny Wong. I'm working at Ken Learning Center by ABGD class with Leah Vierde. I really enjoy my job. Some students, they have the problem for their family, and some students, they have a problem with their spouse. And all of those kind of the problem, to me, even is not under my job description, but still I feel happy to help them, to treat them and let them know how to focus on their skills and solve the problem. So this is what I really enjoy my job.
That because I feel the young people is very important in the future for our country. If you can guide them to the right direction and help them to become the good kid, and in the future, I'm sure they will be very successful and help our country a lot. And every year when I see our kid graduation from the GED class, and once they have a certificate, I feel so good. I feel really, really successful for that part, especially if the student is from the probation, and I feel so comfortable and feel so satisfied.
I'm a tutor here at the Kent Learning Center. I tutor basic skills, math, grammar, reading, whatever, and I do that Mondays and Fridays in the morning, and I've been doing this for about, probably 2.5 years now. I absolutely love it. It's exciting, it's rewarding to see the students actually, the light come on for them when they understand something. And what I do for money is I'm a licensed psychotherapist. And so as I sit with these students, I see where their psychological blocks are, the old learning, the old messages and tapes. I'm not good at math. I have students tell me that all the time. I'm not good at math. I can't do math. And oftentimes I'll say to them, I bet you that within 20 minutes, you will understand this concept, whatever it happens to be. And they always do. They always do, because finally I'm sitting with them, someone is sitting with them, understanding where they're stuck and speaking to that place.
So I came to this country 20 years ago. I knew English just a little, like basic, simple grammar. Once I took a course that was some kind of combination ESL plus poetry class. And that was interesting, and I liked it a lot. And maybe because of that class, I started, I got interested in learning English deeply and more seriously. So please take 5 minutes to look through all the exercises we did yesterday and finish checking today. And tell me if you have any questions. My class is never quiet because people are working, they can work together, doing some exercises, some other group can practice the dialogue while I explaining some grammar to another level. So it's like the mixture, of different levels. And at the same time, I think this is some kind of advantage for some students while I'm working with higher level. So they have a chance to listen to me, and if they understand it, I'm happy for them. This exercise, please ask me, okay? Maybe there is something you don't understand, or maybe it's not very clear, so I'll be happy to help you. Okay?
My dream is work at post office because I worked post office in my country. I like this job. I want get this job, but I need experience. Talk with people because I understand read and grammar, but I don't have experience with talk, with communication with other people.
I'm from Ukraine. I have big family, 8 children. After school, I want work a maintenance.
I want to be a teacher, English teacher. I like children very much. I have two kids, one son and daughter, and I want to teach children.
I've been there actually. I've started with ESL class like my students, and slowly, step by step, I've moved up. I always tell them, and because I want to encourage them, I want them to know that if they have something in their mind, if they want to be teachers or doctors or whatever they want to be, it is possible. But the first step is learning English, and they know that, and they're sure about it. And I always say, okay, look at me. I've started like you guys, so everything is possible. Don't be afraid.
Why do we use R instead of A? It's a vowel. It's a vowel. It's following a vowel. Okay. Is this a vowel? No. No. Consonant. Do we say anti or anti? Right. Very good. It's consonant. And plural? Ties.
This is through Highline Community College, and it's been ongoing for years. I've worked with the instructor that was here before the current instructor.
Okay, and how did you get involved with this?
When my daughter was 3, somebody I went to college with said, I'm working at Highline Community College with an English as a second language class. Come volunteer with me. Your daughter can be in preschool next door. And my daughter is now 29.
Hi. Oh, hello. Can I help you? Sure. I'm looking for a watch. A watch? Watches are over there.
So, what I generally do is the initial testing and registration, and when people first come and have questions, and find out what level people are and get them settled into the class, and just help with the room set up and make sure there's pencils, equipment, and things are ready for a teacher to teach. Just the graciousness of people that are working so hard to adapt and learn a new language, and the attitudes that they have towards learning it make it worthwhile.
I want to improve my English that I can speak better, and maybe I'm going to work.
Have 2 children, and because I must help my family after I think study in college.
Okay. I think the class is very helpful and helping me a lot. I learn my reading and writing, and it's a wonderful thing.
I like study English, write, and reading and talking.
I like.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sun.